In today's lesson, you will learn what an inequality is and how to solve basic inequalities. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to understand what an inequality is and how to solve basic inequalities. Some previous knowledge you will require is you should be able to solve equations. So, an inequality is sometimes used when there is more than one answer in a solution. This sign here means greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Some examples of how we would use these: 8 is greater than 7, -1 is less than 3, x is greater than or equal to 5. What that means is x can take the value of any number greater than or equal to 5, so that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to infinity. Okay, so let's enter either greater than, less than or equal signs to make these true. Well, we know that 2 is greater than 1, 5 is greater than 3, 1 is greater than -8, 0 is greater than -11. 18 divided by 2, well, that gives us 9. And 3 times 3 gives us 9, which means 18 divided by 2 is equal to 3 times 3. Okay, so now we need to choose from this set of numbers to make this true. X is greater than 3, so the numbers we can choose from are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only numbers in this set that suit that are 4 and 5. 4 and 5 are the only two numbers in that set that are greater than 3. X is less than or equal to 5. Well, that could be any one of those numbers: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. X is less than 4, so from those numbers that must be 0, 1, 2 and 3. X is less than 0, so we've changed the set of numbers here. If x is less than 0, it can be -2 or -1. If x is less than or equal to 0, that means it can now take the value of 0 as well. If x is greater than or equal to 2, that can be 2 or 3. Okay, so let's look at solving inequalities. So the inequalities we solve are going to be very similar to solving equations. The difference is we've got to remember that our sign is not an equals, it's whatever sign that they give us in the question. So our sign should remain a greater than the full way down this. We're going to subtract 1 from either side the same way we would with an equation. That means that x is greater than 2. So notice how my sign is greater than now. We can add 4 to either side in this one, and y is greater than 5. So here 5 is multiplying the x, so in order to undo that we would divide each side by 5, meaning that x is greater than or equal to 6. And here we need to divide each side by 2, meaning that x is less than or equal to 7.